A very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashing Sani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. Clarifications on the establishment of the controversial Batticaloa campus Private Limited May. Sri Lanka urges Nepali tour operators to encourage their tourists to visit Sri Lanka. News in detail. Former Governor of Eastern Province MLAM Hizbullah clarifies that the funding for the establishment of the Batticaloa Campus Private Limited was officially taken from the Saudi Arabian Trust Sheikh Ali Abdullah Al Jufali Foundation charity of Jeddah. Former Governor of Eastern Province made these clarifications during a media briefing today to address issues pertaining to the much controversial Batticaloa campus.
We have got these funds officially from the Al Jufali Trust from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. One of the best, biggest institution funding such type of education, not only our country, in the other countries, especially the Gulf area. One of the reputed, accepted institution in the Saudi Arabia by the government of Saudi Arabia. It's not a ban officially. All the transaction, not one, 7 times, 7 installment within 2 years time. Not one, 7 installment. Around 3.6 billion, that means $24.6 million in 7 installments, came through the central bank, came to the Bank of Ceylon State Bank and remitted to our official accounts, and every expenditure, whatever we spend, we have reported back to the Inland Revenue Department every year. Every cent, we have whatever we expended, we have given the details. So this is very official. There's nothing to hide, nothing wrong. Nobody can question us. Very official, legal way, we got the money.
Upon a clarification sought by a media personnel, former Governor of Eastern Province MLAM Hizbullah went on to clarify that 3.6 billion rupees for the Batticaloa campus is a loan and not a grant.
Is a 100% loan. We have very clearly mentioned, we have given the report, I told earlier, this is the financial viability. The report submitted to the Ministry of Higher Education in July 2016. We have submitted the report. Not 1 copy, 5 copies we have given to the Ministry of Higher Education. Financial viability. This is very important to award the degree awarding institute. So we have given 5 copies. In this copy, we have given all the agreements, our agreements. When we submit this document, you can see in the first page itself. We have in the book, we can get the English book, you can get the details. In that book, very clearly mentioned that sum of rupees 695 million had been advanced 4th March 2016. And the second transaction 564 million received 5th May 2016. BCSL expect all other loans pledged to be received as per the agreement entered with the lead lending institution. Not now. After obtaining 2, we have given this one. So this is the loan. We have mentioned very clearly.
Sri Lanka, in a special promotion campaign in Nepal, urged their tour operators to encourage tourists to visit Sri Lanka as the country has returned to normalcy after the Easter Sunday attacks. The Embassy of Sri Lanka in Nepal, in association with the Nepal Council of World Affairs, took this effort at an event to promote the economic cooperation between Sri Lanka and Nepal at Hotel Shangri-La in Kathmandu on last Sunday. The Embassy of Sri Lanka in Nepal and Nepal Council of World Affairs have invited the prominent Nepali importers, officials of Chambers of Commerce and Industries, representatives from Nepal Association of Tour and Travel Agents, Nepal Association of Tour Operators, Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, former ambassadors of Nepal to Sri Lanka and travel journalists for the event. The ambassador of Sri Lanka to Nepal, Swarna Pereira, in her presentation urged the tour operators of Nepal to encourage tourists to visit Sri Lanka by introducing tour packages as the country has returned to normalcy after the Easter Sunday attacks. While speaking on trade and joint ventures, she also described the vibrant business environment in Sri Lanka that ranked as the most liberalized economy in South Asia. Ambassador Pereira further emphasized on the necessity to put in more efforts to improve the current status of trade relations between Sri Lanka and Nepal. Presenting a paper on behalf of the Nepal Council of World Affairs, Dr. Posh Raj Pandey, chairman of South Asia Watch on Trade, Economics and Environment, pointed out the potential that exists to further strengthen economic relations and added that Sri Lanka entrepreneurs should undertake promotional activities in Nepal. SBI Wen Holdings Private Limited, the overseas private equity firm of SBI Holdings, invested $2 million in Sunshine Energy Private Limited to drive Sunshine Holdings' renewable energy production projects further. The investment offers SBI Holdings a 30% stake in Sunshine Energy Private Limited.
Starting out as retail pharmaceutical company, Sunshine Holdings transformed into a diversified company with a core focus in healthcare, agribusiness and consumer goods. Subsequently, Sunshine Group initiated discovering the renewable energy sector in 2012, and today Sunshine Energy Limited, a fully owned subsidiary of the group, has a 6.6 megawatt capacity through 3 mini hydropower plants in the Lidul region. Sunshine Holdings Group Managing Director Vish Govindasamy says that SBI Holdings' investment on the Sunshine Energy will bring in vital foreign direct investments to Sri Lanka when it is much needed in the market and the economy. Sunshine Holdings Group Managing Director further adds that this strategic investment also paves a path for us to support the government's vision of sourcing 100% renewable electricity by 2050. He further adds that it also validates their long-term vision and investor-friendly corporate governance framework at a time where the investor confidence is very crucial for Sri Lanka.
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Export Development Board, in collaboration with the Sri Lanka Association of Manufacturers and Exporters of Rubber Products and Plastic and Rubber Institute of Sri Lanka, organized a 2-day workshop recently.
The workshop paid its main attention on the product innovation, technology and research to advance the knowledge of the tire manufacturers and exporters by obtaining the services of technical experts from India. More than 100 technical personnel from leading Sri Lankan tire manufacturing and exporting companies participated in the first workshop, which was conducted in Colombo last week. Major tire manufacturing and exporting companies, including major players such as Council Lodestar, Trelleborg Lanka Private Limited, Global Rubber Industries Private Limited, SEAT Sri Lanka, contributed in this endeavour, encouraging their employees to participate in. EDB said that the objectives of this workshop were to enhance the technical knowledge of the tire industry personnel, provide exposure on latest developments and tire application requirements of the international tire industry.
Deputy Minister of Petroleum Resource Development of Sri Lanka, Anoma Gamage, explains how the Indo-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement became favourable for the entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka while strengthening the economic ties between India and Sri Lanka. Now, Deputy Minister of Petroleum Resource Development made these comments while addressing the 3rd edition of exhibition Come Buyer Seller Meet, India International Textiles Expo 2019, which kicked off yesterday.
Today, two countries operate under the Indo-Sri Lanka Freedom Trade Agreement (SAFTA). This provides duty-free concessions to a wide range of products traded between the two countries. Sri Lanka had a fully duty-free access to the vast Indian market under this agreement. Thus, the entrepreneurs based in Sri Lanka can now export more than 4,000 product lines such as insulated wiring sets, cables, bottle coolers, petroleum products, cocoa products, technically specific natural rubber, marble, furniture, MDF boards, apparel and clothing accessories, glass products, rubber gloves, nutmeg, etc. to the Indian market on duty-free basis. These are all private industrial products.
More than 80% of total food supply in the country has been used for food purposes than the other forms of domestic utilization, such as processing, seed and animal feed. The latest data from the Department of Census and Statistics say that the significant amount of wastage was reported from vegetable and fruits during the period of 2013 to 2017. Food Balance Sheet, which presents estimated trends in food supply and patterns of utilization, shows that average protein supply for the period was 72 grams per person per day. Daily protein supply also largely came from cereals, which was accounted as an average of 48% between year of 2013 and 2017. Average domestic supply and production of vegetables was 3,322,000 metric tons, and annual per capita available for consumption ranged from 134 to 146 kilograms. However, the supply of vegetables was mainly determined by local production, with vegetable imports accounted as 9% of total domestic vegetable supply. Between the years 2013 and 2017, total domestic supply of pulses ranged from 226,000 metric tons to 298,000 metric tons. Average per capita supply of pulses is 13 kilograms per year. Average supply of fish and seafood was 668,000 metric tons, and average per capita supply of fish and seafood was 32 kilograms per person per year. The average meat supply available for consumption in the country was between 188 and 222,000 metric tons during the period, and in 2017 it was 209,000 metric tons, exhibiting an increasing trend through the years. Average per capita supply of meat was 10 kilograms per person per year. The egg production in 2017 showed 19% growth compared with 2013 egg production, and average egg production was 119,000 metric tons for the period of 2013 to 2017. Average per capita supply of eggs was 5 kilograms or 100 eggs per year. Shares at the stock market hit their highest close in 6 months yesterday, led by a rally in banks and diversified stocks, along with healthy purchases by domestic investors. The rupee ended weaker due to imported dollar demand. The country's benchmark stock index jumped for a fifth straight session to end 2.08% up at 5,995.2, its highest close since January 29. Analysts at the stock market said lower interest rates boosted local investor sentiment. However, the bourse is still down about 0.94% so far this year. All share price index closed 2.08% higher, gaining 122 points to close 5,995 points based on Provision Stock Exchange data, while the S&P SL 20 index of more liquid stocks closed 4.78% up of 139.79 points. The market turnover was 1.6 billion rupees, with 115 stocks gaining and 52 stocks declining. Brokers also said that while many stocks are fundamentally strong, loss-making companies also began to go up during last few days. 2 crossings in Commercial Bank of Ceylon with 2.52 million shares valued at 109.02 rupees a share, and 3 crossings in Aitken's Pens with 500,000 shares priced at 44.5 rupees a share made up almost 33% of Monday's turnover. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 43.45 points to close at 5,951.75, and the S&P SL 20 dropped 25.83 points to close at 3,024.99. The turnover was 2.1 billion rupees and over 57 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all the news for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.